The Propcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Armic Fantasy. They're coming to customers. Play just $5. Get $100 bonus funds. Use promo code SGPN. And welcome, everyone, to the Propcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It's currently Thursday morning, November 6th, around 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm Reichel, once again joined by Rosenberg together to break down our thoughts for the NBA and the NHL slates today. We're going to do some player props on each. I will point out, though, I don't know what happened with the NBA, but they had a Gary Bettman move. Only one game today, so not really the best distribution on the calendar. But either way, I do have a play for the NBA. We're going to be doing our usual combo show on Thursday. Hopefully you enjoy it. I know besides football, we're trying to branch out a bit more. We do have some NBA and NHL picks for you. Adam, how's it going, though? What's up? Looking forward to the one game on the card today?
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I'm just trusting you on that one. But look, man, I mean, it seems like everybody had a double-double in that Pistons game that Pacers game, except for our guy. I don't know. Maybe I was just super enamored by what was it? Is it Durant having a 2020? And
yeah, in hindsight, I did think Durant was going to have a solid game. I probably could have considered that, but it is what it is. Annoyingly, though, I also had a bit of a longer shot play with a boost that I had that didn't get there. I had Westbrook triple-double with Queen from the Pelicans to get 10 rebounds. And that was like 25 to win $2,000, and that didn't get there because Queen ended up with like 7. So, yeah, I ended up losing a couple of plays that needed double-doubles. I know we had Isaiah Jackson for a double-double. At like plus 450, his minutes weren't that great. He finished with, I think it was 8 and 7. So I can't really complain too much about it. But, yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, Durant had a monster game. Westbrook, of course, had the monster triple-double. And, yeah, a pretty interesting card in the NBA. But, once again, we only have one game. And on top of that, no Harden and no Kawhi. So a very weird game. But I got to play on it. But we got a bunch of hockey. I know that you, of course, have been crushing hockey so far. And
we Scott, we're a team.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'm going to give you flowers if you deserve them, you know.
There's plenty of times. Don't worry. There's plenty of times I've lost you money and vice versa. So that's fine.
Yeah, just saying either way. Point is, once again, we do hockey games. We have one NBA game. So we did break it down in some capacity. But once again, we do a show every week, not related to football. Baseball season's over. This is the NBA and NHL show for the sake of the week. But, Adam, anything you want to talk about before we officially get started?
No, I think we're good to go.
All right, sounds good. Before we get into any of the actual props, a reminder, college basketball is tipping off this week. Make sure to subscribe to the College Experience to catch their daily podcasts and download the SGPN app for free college basketball picks. Also a reminder that if you missed out on the last episode that we did for Monday night, you missed out on a lot because we completely dominated the board. Ended up sweeping my plays. We had the ladder on Michael
The only thing we didn't hit was a Ferguson touchdown, and he dropped it in the red. He dropped it on the 3-yard line. He had a big drop on the 3-yard line. Otherwise, we would have swept. It was everybody won $1,000. So if you didn't watch that show, you're an idiot.
I missed out because we ended up winning basically everything on the show.
Oh, wait. By the way, I forget. How many catches did Zay Jones have?
I believe he had 0.
Yes,
Didn't he have the same as us? He had the same as us?
0.
And we're getting paid less money than the receiver who gets paid to catch passes?
I just thought it was excellent work on us saying, why is everybody on this? It's sort of like there's actually a play that I'm on tonight for the game that has given me pause because I'm starting to see a lot of people on it. Guys,
some of it might involve personal bias there because we both looked at ourselves and said, don't we think Zay Jones stinks?
Don't we think he stinks?
Like, don't we like Michael Wilson? Like, we think Michael Wilson's not that bad. So, yeah, it worked out in our favor. But either way, point is we ended up crushing them on the night game, and we'll try to carry some of that, I'd say, success over to the NBA and the NHL. But you're about to say something.
No, let's just do it. We'll win everybody money. Ryan Dean Kramer is the culprit. That's the best one.
Ryan Dean Kramer.
Can you put that on the screen, please?
Sure.
That's
Ryan Dean Kramer.
Ryan Dean Kramer. Yeah.
Either way, point is, ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So for starters, I'll actually go first this time.
Oh, all right.
Well, because I have the only NBA play, so I might as well get the NBA.
Get it out of the way. That's fine.
So I'll do it first. So for the NBA play, full disclosure, I had another play overnight, but the line moved. I'm not going to give out a line that doesn't exist anymore because I'm not on Dub Club, so I don't think it's really worth it for me to do so. But I had Devin Booker, 6.5 assists. It's at 7.5 now, so I'm not going to bother. Instead, give me Royce O'Neal. I'll take the over 13.5 PR at minus 126. He's had at least 14 PR in 7 of the first 8 games of the season. He's also been good against the Clippers. He's had at least 15 PR in 3 of the Clippers. And the Clippers, not very good against opposing small forwards. They're allowing the 6th most points per game and 6th most rebounds per game to small forwards. And now I know Kawhi and Harden are going to be out for this game. So the Suns might not actually get blown out. So there is a chance he plays a lot of minutes. But the Clippers, not great against small forwards. O'Neal's been good in general. And on top of that, 13.5 is pretty short for a guy who's gone over in 7 of the first 8 games of the season. So for my pivot off of a line that moved overnight, give me Royce O'Neal over 13.5 PR at minus 126. That's going to wrap it up for the NBA coverage on this show. The rest of the But once again, it kind of sucks when we agree to do 2 sports in one show, and there's only 1 game, and 2 of the star players on one of the teams is taking a nap. So there you go. My plays on Royce O'Neal, 13.5 PR at minus 126. Any comments? You want to just move on to hockey?
Let's just move on to hockey.
Cool. Let's move on to hockey. So what do you like for your first hockey play?
All right. So the first one I'm going to start with is going to be we're going to go with Dougie Hamilton over 2.5 shots, minus 120. So look, the Devils just went on a 4-game road trip, and they were terrible on the West Coast. They lost 8-4 to Colorado, 5-2 to San Jose. They beat LA 4-1, then they lost to Anaheim 4-1. They're back home. I expect them to come out firing. When this tends to happen with them, the guy who comes out firing a lot, well, besides Jack Hughes, Dougie Hamilton. I think that they might get some home whistles and be able to get on the power play. Hamilton he's only gone over this twice in his last 5 games, but the bigger kind of stuff for me is just knowing that after a road trip like that, just anecdotally from watching this team a lot, I just think they're going to come out and do more. He is over in 3 of 5 home games, 2 of his last 3 at home. His attempts are through the roof, man. Like his last 5 games, the shot attempts are 7 or 6, 6, 7, 3 against Colorado. That game was so weird. It was off the rails right away. They were down 4-0, came back and still lost 8-4. And
I think they gave up like 4 or 5 power play goals in that game. So yeah,
right. And then 5. He tends to have a lot of attempts. His attempts at home too. He averages last 5, 7 shot attempts at home. We just want 3 of those to get home. I think that this is a very good Devils spot. After that trip, Montreal was lucky. So the Montreal lost to the Flyers just before, and they really had
they were down 4-0 in like 10 minutes.
They were down 3. Well, they were down 3-0, and they had really no business. Like Flyers were 85% expected in that entire game. We had the Flyers. It got dicey because Vladar was kind of brutal.
He was brutal. Out. You know what? He gave up no shootout goals. So
gave out no shootout goals. So yeah. Anyway, give me first. So we'll find a way probably to back the Devils tonight. But give me Dougie Hamilton, Dougie Fresh at over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 1.
Historically speaking, we know Dougie is a guy who's really not afraid of just ripping the puck as much as possible from the blue line. So he's never been shy when it comes to attempting shots. I think it's a good matchup as well. So yeah, I like Dougie for this one on a good Devils offense. So moving on to my second play, my first hockey play. I'm going to steal a play from your book. I'm going to take a block shots play, which I know that you're a fan of.
I like that.
I'm going Jacob Trouba. I'm going to take his under 2.5 blocks at minus 125. He's had less than 3 blocks in 5 straight games. And I'll give you a trivia question. Do you know which team is allowing the fewest block shots per game?
Allowing the fewest?
Yeah.
I would maybe think Tampa Bay.
It's the Dallas Stars.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So either way, point is, I guess the Stars are just very accurate at avoiding bodies in front of them when it comes to shooting. But either way, point is Stars don't allow many block shots per game. Trouba has gone under in 5 straight. Minus 125 on the under 2.5 blocks, I think is appealing. Trouba's personal numbers have kind of gone over this against the Stars, but the point is I'm just going to play the math. Trouba, we know, is not the guy that he used to be. It's why the Rangers shipped him out to hockey purgatory. even though Anaheim right now might not be that bad. But still, point is, I think Trouba's number is pretty generous at -125 when he's gone under in 5 straight against the number 1 team in the league at preventing block shots. Give me Trouba under 2.5 blocks at -125. So there you go.
I like it. That's what Trouba does.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, is that once again, he does tend to block some shots, but this year he hasn't been as effective at it because he's gone under. It's also maybe just the number itself. Like, if it was 1.5, then I could have reconsidered, but 2.5, getting 3 block shots in a game is not as easy as it sounds. And the fact that the Stars only allow, I think it was about like 13 total per game, it's really just not enough. So I'll go with the Trouba under on his block shots. Before we get into your second play for the show, once again, the roles are reversed. So I got to make sure we do a break before you give out your second play.
So do you need to do it now? Yeah.
Yeah. Although we're brought to you by our sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Who's bookie?
My bookie.
So using to bet on football, basketball, hockey, tennis, soccer, you name it. They also have a prop builder. So recommend a lot of good options there. You can also use crypto for funding your account, getting nice payouts with crypto. And a reminder, when you head to MyBookie.ag, use the code SGPN. 100% backback bonus up to 500 customers. Look at the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, the number prediction market for sports in America. Get some great prices, reduce juice on different markets by shopping around. Novig's available in 30+ states, so make sure it's available in your state when you download the Novig app. Get a nice deal with us. $50 for free. When you spend just $5 if use our promo code SGPN and actually Novig promo code SGPN. Spend $5 and get $50 for free in bonus funds. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through the first couple plays that we have for the Thursday cards. Time to move on into your second play. Adam, what else do you like for hockey?
While we were doing that, I was locking in another Thursday Night Football play. Guess we got a good tackles and assists for us tonight.
Okay.
Devin White.
Okay.
I'll tell you now.
Former Tampa.
Yep. Didn't even make the Eagles last year. All right. We got a favorite player, you and I. We like to bet on this guy a lot. You know who that is? On hockey.
Chychrun's probably up there.
Who?
Chychrun.
Oh yeah. Chychrun. He's a monster.
I know. He had like 3 or 4 assists last night, but yeah. I know that's not.
Dude, well, he also did. One time about somebody who's not afraid to fire the puck.
Yeah.
They were awesome. That was a great capture.
I don't think that's who you're referring to, but we do love Chychrun a lot. So
we do love Chychrun, but Shane Pinto.
Yeah.
Our Pinto bean. We love him. We're going to take Shane Pinto to get a point. 7 of his last 10 games, he's had a point. 4 of his last 5 on the road. Boston is giving up points to 61% of the centers that they've faced in the last 10 games. And Swayman has been bad. For those who are on Handigraphs, we are pushing out hockey support with goalies tomorrow. And just going through and looking at Swayman over the last 180 minutes, his save percentage over the last 180 minutes is 86%, minus 4.5 under expected, 86% on unblocked saves, 3.67 goals against. He has been moist, stinky. He's Alaskan. He's Jewish. I don't know much else that I really want to say. You should probably have not had a mini holdout last year. It would have helped. But look, I think that Ottawa scores here, and I think Pinto is going to be part of it. So pretty much even money, minus 105. Give me Shane Pinto for a point. I also like his shots on goals, but I went with the point instead.
Yeah, the Bruins, I mean, you said before, this team stinks. I'm not willing to deny that because I can't. This team is not very good. Swayman, not good either. So, yeah, I think it's a good matchup with a bunch of goals. Coincidentally, going to segue into my final.
Oh, one last point. 4 points in his 4 points in his last 3 games against the Bruins.
Yeah, well, Pinto had a crazy start to the season because he had like 7 goals before anybody else did. But people forget he's also a very good passer.
He's mostly a passer. He's not like
passer,
that's yeah.
Drake
is supposed to be the scorer.
Yeah, but then
everybody got hurt.
Yeah, Kachuk got injured and he's kind of embraced an all-encompassing role, but he's been good. Yep. So I like Pinto in this spot, mainly because Boston can't defend at all. But I'm going to go with the same game, actually. I'm going to back a Bruin, as dangerous as that sounds. I'm going to go with Zacha. I'm going to take the over half a point for him at minus 125. Zacha's been good. Now, Ottawa, we just said offensively has been good. Defensively, they are also not very good. So it might be a very high-scoring
mess
game.
Defensively.
Both teams are. I mean, Olmark's been pretty horrible this entire season.
Yep,
so
he's right there on that list.
I'm not a fan of either goalie, so you might just see a bunch of fireworks here. But either way, Zacha's been very good. He's had at least 1.7 of the last 9, and the Senators are allowing the most goals per game in the league. So you might end up seeing just an absolute, just crazy game. You might end up getting like a 5-4 final. It wouldn't shock me if you ended up having a massive total for both sides. But Zacha at 125, when he is one of the main centers on this team, I think is definitely a pretty cheap price at 125 when he's had at least 1 point in 7 of the last 9. And Ottawa, as you said as well, like Boston, can't stop people from putting the puck in the net. So give me Zacha to record a point here at minus 125.
Let me give everyone a real reason of why we like both these goalies. Everyone gets a quick preview right here. Check this out.
But why we like goals against these
why we like goals in this game? Look at that. You guys are getting an exclusive look at what hockey on Handigraphs looks like. I see Scott being like, ooh, I do like this. All the things that you loved when you did it with pitchers, we did it with goalies. Last 180 minutes, Olmark, awful. Swayman, awful. I don't even know who Joel Hofer is, but he stinks.
He's the backup for Bennington.
There's your point, though.
Bennington stung too yesterday.
That team should we might take an all over 8.5 goals. Like
we can go for something crazy because we think we'll wait for the official goalies in that matchup, but we don't like either of them.
That's pulling from Roto, which usually is pretty accurate, but yeah.
All right. So either way.
And Urson's hurt, so I know that this is right because Vladar's going to start back to back.
Yeah, coincidentally, we have points play on 2 different teams in the same game. That's how little we think of these defenses.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. But either way, give me Zacha with the point at minus 125. And I forgot the price you got on Pinto. What was the price you got on Pinto?
102.
Okay, there you go. Very good number for a guy who's been rolling.
Yeah.
So moving on to your final play, what is going to be your last play?
Gonna go with Philippe Forsberg. He's on the Nashville Predators.
Yes, you might forget they're an actual team, but they exist.
They stink. I'll be there next week. We actually had to talk about it. I'll probably have to record from the hotel room.
That's fine. What brings you? You're a big Graceland guy. What brings you? To Tennessee?
Isn't that Memphis?
That is Memphis. I would say Tennessee in general.
I have a client meeting.
Beetle Street's there, or that's also
Beetle Street's in Memphis.
That is Memphis. Okay.
Yeah, I have a client meeting to do a strategy session about it because I'm running social media for a client, and I have to do a strategy session on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm flying and I'll be back Friday. So it means that you and I are probably doing some recordings from the hotel room that night and just doing them late for the next day kind of thing.
Are you saying you volunteered to go to Tennessee? See what I did there? Thanks. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Philippe Forsberg under 2.5 shots on goal plus 135. Flyers have kept opposing left wingers under their shots on goal line 36% of the time for the season. And is the time, 36% of the time left wingers have gone over, only 21% in their last 10 games. He's under in 4 of his last 5, 3 of his last 5 at home, under in his last 3 against the Flyers. Give it to me. Another guy who I think stinks and I don't think Forsberg stinks, but a guy who I do think is suddenly at that point where he stinks now is Marshall. Sorry. He stinks. And if you want to have another guy in that game to fade, I think it's starting. We were taking it at plus money. That is definitely minus money now for him to not have a point. It's like minus 130. Anyway, Philippe Forsberg, though, under 2.5 goals or under 2.5 shots on goal. I don't know why I keep saying goals.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway I had from Nashville for the last year or two, and it's a guy that I like because he used to coach my team to a couple of Eastern Conference Finals appearances. Barry Trott's not great in the front office. Not great.
And also not qualified to be a GM.
No, that's kind of my point. The decisions they've made with that franchise have not really worked out, and overpaying for Stamkos and et cetera has really just not been the move. And yeah, I mean, you mentioned Marchessault as well. That has not worked out either. So yeah, there we go. I'm fine with Forsberg not doing much. Flyers have been good defensively. Even the game where they allowed 4 goals to Montreal, I believe Vladar ended up allowing 4 goals in 9 shots. So it wasn't even like they were peppering with shots. He just had a really bad game.
They're good about that. And also the way the Tocchet worked, like Tocchet was probably like on them after they gave up all those goals. Like I expect a really good defensive performance from the Flyers tonight.
Once again, the shots allowed weren't that bad. The
right, and that's a Tocchet staple. Like that, like Tocchet, his defensive traps don't allow you to take a lot of shots. And the team likes him, and the team's doing really well. Shout out Trevor Zegras, who's been awesome.
Regular and in the shootout. And I was holding him back this whole time.
He's been awesome lately. His assists are a wagon. But I do expect a really good Flyers performance because Tockett's the kind of coach who's going to be on them about how they gave up those goals softly. And Vladar's been solid, to be totally fair. Like he's been
good overall. Just had a bad game, which is
he had a really bad game.
His save percentage is still like 912, so it's just one bad game. It's fine.
Yep.
But I am going to point out, by the way, that Nashville only averaging about 27.5 shots per game, so they're not towards the top at all in shots. So I like it for this one. What was the price again on Forsberg?
Plus 135.
All right, cool. Anyway, time for the miscellaneous section. Any bonus bets you want to mention for hockey or in theory basketball, but definitely not basketball?
Really just NFL.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, my Thursday night NFL stuff.
I know we both agreed on one play. With Sutton
the Cortland Sutton over longest. Yeah, I like that. I got to figure out how you and I are going to get there. Like if I want, I'll probably do it. We'll see. I just don't want a lot on this game.
I'm not interested in the game really at all. But
yeah, I mean, I have 5 plays in pocket.
Okay.
6 actually. But they're all, you know me, they're like all plus.
There's a tackles and assist play in there.
So. Tackles and assist. I'll just give that up. Devin White. Here, you guys get the bonus play that has nothing to do with hockey or
basketball.
Or basketball. Devin White over 8.5 tackles is minus 120 over in the last. He had 16 the last 2 games each, 9 before that. This is a short week game, so those are usually heavy run script kind of games. Also, opposing linebackers have gone over their tackles and assist line to Denver in 5 of the last 7 linebackers who have had lines have gone over it. The only ones who didn't were what's his name? Oh, Bobby on the Giants and Darius Masal, but neither of them did. But that's because they just aired that out the entire game. Anyway, give me Devin White over this. He's exceeded this again, like in 4 of his last 5 games. So I like this tonight. I think the matchup's good for it.
Yeah, sounds good. Anything else you want to plug for even any sport? Anything else you want?
No, I'm on Raiders. I'll just say another thing that if you ever do a you see a long dog that you kind of want to take, like tonight, I don't think Denver should be laying 9 points to anybody. So rather than take the 9 on the Raiders, I took plus 3.5 at plus 220. So just less stake, better bet, fun.
Part of me was kind of interested if I wanted to go with the Raiders, of maybe even just going with a potential spread ender, because I just think if the Raiders,
you can.
We're picking the game to be ugly, so I think it's cool.
I just on all those things, like I don't believe in capping for a backdoor. That just sounds like a waste of juice.
No, I get that, but I feel like once again, if you're getting 9.5 and you're picking the game to be a rock fight, you could argue that there might be some same game.
Sure, I never, but I'm always going to try to take the plus money one, the next band, and I haven't seen a single person on the Raiders, so why not?
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's also a look ahead spot to the Chiefs, which is a very, very important
for
game.
Denver, to be clear.
It's huge. It's a huge game for Denver. Let me see. Anyway, once we get to building underdog, maybe we'll have some stuff here too. So
sounds good. But anything else you want to mention for bonus, either for hockey?
No, kind of moving towards college basketball and stuff now too. So we do it.
Yeah, for basketball, it may or may not be a Chris Paul day because everyone else on the Clippers is sitting. So we'll see what happens there. But I didn't really want to just dive in with both feet on Chris Paul props because he hasn't really done anything so far this season. So I passed on that. But either way, once again, should be a fun NHL card. NBA, maybe not so much. But either way, time to move on into our best bets and the underdog entry. Before we get into those 2 segments, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, Arnold Fantasy. So you could use their platform, mix and match different sports for your pick of entries. Win up to 5,000 times your entry. Brand new offer to customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds. Use promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. So they're crushing it in the NHL, or they're crushing it in college football, the NFL, and now they added NBA, also college basketball. So check that out. They're giving away cash prize of the week for tracking your bets in the app. Check 5 bets from any model that you built, and you can win 1K. And we also have a nice discount code with Rhythm. So if you use the code SGPN25 or download the map, you'll get a quarter off first month. Download Rhythm once again, promo code SGPN25 for a quarter off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through our 3 plays each for the NBA and for the NHL. Time to move on into our best bets. So, Adam, I'll let you go first this time. What's going to be your best bet on the show?
I think I'm gonna go with this Forsberg. I'm gonna go with the Dougie Hamilton. It's just a good spot. Dougie Hamilton over 2.5 shots on goal. I just think he's gonna rip it.
All right. So for mine, I am torn between the 2 hockey plays as well. Because even though I think the Royce O'Neal play is fine, at the end of the day, it was not my initial play for basketball. The line just ended up moving, so I ended up having to pivot. I'll go with Zaka. Take the Zaka point at -125. He's had at least 1 point over the last 9 games, and on top of that, Ottawa is allowing the 3rd most goals per game in the league. Winning this game might be a very high-scoring, fun battle, and Zaka's been very involved. So I do like Zaka to get a point at -125 is my best bet for the show. I see Cleveland asking about our Sutton play. It was just the longest catch.
Yeah,
we like the over on Sutton for
that was a Scott. That was a Scott play that he likes. I do like. I got to figure out if I'm betting it like it. It probably might be in a parlay. Probably.
Yeah, works for me either way. I get out on the Mothership show a couple days ago. Anyway, for underdog, what do you want to go with for starters?
I was looking at it right now. I think we should put Gino. Oh, you want to go NFL and you want to do NFL, NBA, and NHL for this?
Sure, we can do that. Well, and once again, NBA there's only 1 game, so we might just stick with hockey and football in theory. But
okay, so you want to do a Gino pick?
Sure, kind of feels like a free space.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. And then let's see. Matchup grade.
I mean, do you want the Devin White tackles in there?
No. I don't want it. We don't need to go. Let's do 1 NBA, 1 NFL, 1 NHL.
Okay, so you actually want 1 NBA. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So what do you want? What do you got for NBA?
Yeah, we'll do the O'Neal. The O'Neal play for his points and rebounds should be at 13.5.
No, it's not even here.
Okay.
Points. I see rebounds and assists, and I see points, rebounds, and assists.
Okay. So what are the points?
You can do his threes attempted.
That's just fun. So what is his PRA at?
17.5.
Okay, so let me just quickly see because they're getting Jalen Green back, so I don't know if I really want the assists, which is kind of the concern.
Yeah, that's fair.
Question: what are the Booker assists listed at for that game?
Let me look. Hold on, I'm just looking up
because the line changed overnight, so I just want to make sure that it's
7.5.
Okay, that's not.
Which at that point you might as well do it almost. You're almost at double territory.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'll pass on that. Yeah, once again, the NBA game's really not that great. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. But is there anything else I'm really interested in for the NBA? Not really, to be honest. Not really interested in a lot for this game.
Okay. I am looking at any NHL stuff here.
Yeah.
And I think the Panthers are off a bad game too.
They got the Rats escape by Anaheim, didn't they?
Yeah. What about is this going to be a Tippett shots game? I want someone on the Flyers to shoot for shooting because I think that is
that a Tippett move? Because it kind of sounds like it.
It does. We went with Tippett last time.
Forster got injured, right? Didn't Forster get injured?
Forster's hurt. Yeah, Forster's our guy, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying so we can't go.
Yeah, let's do Tippett. Let's do Tippett shots on goal. It's only a 2.5.
Okay, so go with the higher on his 2.5.
Yep. Okay, and then we have room for one more. What do you like?
Chychrun, 2.5 shots.
Well, it's back to back.
I'm just
back to back off like a monster win.
Do we test it with our guy?
He's our guy. Let me see if is anybody saves up yet.
Yeah, we can check that.
Nope, nobody's are.
I see Luukkonen from the Sabres is posted at 23.5.
I don't want anybody.
They
but
play
Lions on
St.
that
Louis
team.
on a back-to-back who also stinks. So that's just not what I'm looking for.
Well, wait, hold on. Maybe Florida's in the middle of a road trip, right?
Yes, because they played their last game in Anaheim.
So, and they got their ass kicked.
Yes.
We were on Anaheim. So,
Yes, we were.
I think it's back-to-back.
It's not
it was last night, right? No, it's 2 nights ago. They did. They lost 7-3. Okay, so I believe this is the final game of their road trip. Then,
Okay.
so let's go, and they're against the Kings.
Kings are playing better
we
lately.
should wait. Here's a better one. Here we go. We just crapped on them. Let's go with Marshall. No point.
That works.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. All right, so once again, you just read off the entry.
Yeah. All right. Jonathan Marshall, lower 0.5 points. Owen Tippett, higher 2.5 shots on goal. Gino Smith, higher 0.5 interceptions. A baby one, a 4.68 multiplier. We don't have any. Let me see. Do we have a promo? I just added a promo. Yeah, we have a promo. So I added a promo. I boosted it to 6.15.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Done.
Works. All right, cool. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the show. Before we officially end the show, though, Adam, can you please just repeat your 3 bets from the other portion of the show?
Sure. We have Dougie Hamilton over 2.5 shots on goal. Shane Pinto 1 point. And Philippe Forsberg under 2.5 shots on goal.
And for mine, I'm going to go with Royce O'Neal over 13.5 PR at -126. Jacob Trouba under 2.5 block shots at -125. And Zaka over 0.5 point at -125. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the NBA NHL show. Let us know in the comment section, by the way, if you do enjoy the, I'd say, one show per week where we actually talk about basketball and hockey. Besides that, though, we're going to be back tomorrow for the NFL, for the upcoming games for Sunday. And, of course, we have the Monday show for Monday Night Football. Anyway, until next time, find me on Twitter at Radio. Find him on Twitter at Rosenberg. Check out the Propcast on YouTube and on Twitter at the Propcast SGPN. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.